front pages of IHS Fan, the Austin area's premier high school football preview magazine. Welcome to Under the Lights, presented by ARS Rescue Rooter. And now, here are your hosts, Rick Epstein and Jeff Power.
Good evening, high school football fans. If you like high school football, this is your show. My name is Rick Epstein, publisher of IHS Fan, and my co-host is Jeff Power. Before we get started with our second edition of Under the Lights presented by ARS Rescue Rooter, I wanted to share a few thoughts. High school football is very important. For many of us, it is a true passion. The indescribable damage and devastation from Hurricane Harvey has been overwhelming. The recovery may take months or even years. Our thoughts and prayers go to all those who are affected. Throughout our country's history, sports have been the salve that have helped heal wounds. In 24 hours, Austin area high school football will begin with several great games on the Thursday night schedule. We will definitely have fun tomorrow night, but we will also never forget that many fellow Texans are in great pain. Tonight, we have a great show planned. We will discuss the 16th annual Taco Shack Bowl with my good friend and Taco Shack owner, Orlando Arriaga. We'll have a Coach Speak segment with Anderson Trojans coach Jeff Rhodes. Our Ask the Doc segment with Austin Regional Clinic and Dr. Padalecki will talk about shoulder injuries. We'll do a Booster Club Spotlight, which tonight will focus on the Austin High Maroons. And then finally, we'll end with predictions. As always, please follow us on Twitter at IHSFAN. I'd like to, at this time, introduce my co-host every week, Jeff. Jeff, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, and thoughts go out and prayers go out to all the Houstonians out there, people all over the southeastern coast of Texas. I'm from Houston, and it's rough, and we hope and pray that you guys just continue to have blessings and sunshine and dry out, no doubt.
Absolutely. At this time, we'd like to give a big thank you to our title sponsor, ARS Rescue Rooter. Each week, we'll have an ARS Rescue Rooter Team of the Week. This week's team is the McCallum Knights. The McCallum Knights returned 17 starters with 13 all-district players. Coach Charles Taylor is ready for a great year. Offensively, they'll look for quarterback Max Perez to return with another year of experience under his belt. Left tackle Judah Copeland was a first-team all-district, and wide receiver Darren Cage was the district's newcomer of the year. On the defensive side of the ball, you have to start with IHS Fan top 10 player Prince Tyler. He was the defensive MVP in 25-5A last year. Tyler had an impressive 22 tackles for a loss and is poised for a district MVP postseason award. So that's the McCallum Knights. They are going to be in the hunt for another district championship along with LBJ and Austin High. I would imagine those three are going to fight it out for 25-5A.
Yeah, McCallum was loaded last year, played really well all season long, and they look to be the favorite coming in.
At this time, we'd like to go into our Taco Shack Coach Speak segment. Before we get Coach Jeff Rhodes on the phone, earlier I had a chance to sit down with my great friend Orlando Arriaga, who is the owner of Taco Shack. Arriaga, the owner of the 9 area locations of Taco Shack. Orlando, how are you today?
Good, Rick. I really appreciate you inviting me on the show today. We've been friends as long as I can remember.
Let's talk a little bit about I can't believe it's the 16th annual Taco Shack Bowl. What gave you and your wife, Yoli, the idea to pit Anderson against McCallum in the Taco Shack Bowl?
Well, Rick, it goes back about 18 years ago. These kids really had this inner-city rivalry, and it was a district game before, and we really had some extracurricular off the field, and some parents came to me, and we had a taco shack up by Anderson and by McCallum, and said, hey, can we turn this into a positive spin? And a couple of years later, lo and behold, we had the first annual Taco Shack Bowl to focus all that negative energy into a positive thing for the students, the faculty, and the community.
So it really signifies the start of high school football, and everybody knows once it's Taco Shack Bowl time, it's football. How have you seen it grow in the community?
Well, I'll tell you, Rick, it's just been an amazing thing where I was picking up the phone just to telling people what was going on, and today in the 16th annual Taco Shack Bowl, it's created its life of its own. And the community has really embraced this, and as you just said earlier, it is the signal of Texas area high school football. And we've enjoyed it. The kids have embraced it. They've moved the game to the first of the season. And it's just starting of the Texas high school football season in Austin. And we're really proud of the kids. And it also goes all the way filtered down to the cheerleaders, band, and drill teams and all the teachers that have supported Taco Shack over the years.
Well, I know the community loves it. We appreciate all that you do for the community, Orlando. And by the way, get out there and go to a Taco Shack. Get a breakfast taco. They're some of the best in the city. Thanks so much, Orlando.
Thank you.
We're here with and that was Orlando Arriaga, owner of Taco Shack. And now we have on the line the head football coach of the Anderson Trojans, now in his 4th season at Anderson, Coach Jeff Rhodes. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, Rick. How are you?
I know you're out at House Park watching a little sub-varsity, and we appreciate the time. Now in your 4th year, Coach, every player at Anderson only knows one coach. You've got your stamp on the program. What do you think the benefits of that are, Coach?
Well, we're real proud, all of us, to be Anderson Trojans. And, you know, growing up in the system, now we've got control of the middle school, our vertical line, Murkison Middle School, and those programs down there, Coach Williams and Coach Bowe and those guys, we work hand in hand. And Pop Warner's come underneath that, and we've aligned the program. And you're right, this is the program stamp, the definitive 4th year, and we're real excited about that.
Hey, Coach, I got an offensive question for you. Now, your running back, Corey Fulmer, had 714 yards rushing last year, 10 touchdowns. But how important is it with a new quarterback developing to have that running game to kind of set the tone?
It is, in fact. And, you know, Corey's part of it, but a big part of that running game is those guys up front. So we're going to pound the rock, and we're committed to running the ball and stopping the run. So Coy's we got some guys in there that can spell him, and Coy's had a good pre-fall camp, and those guys up front have been working. We've been working for a long time, you know, through spring training and then lifting those weights this summer and now in pre-fall camp. So we're ready.
Coach, the 16th annual Taco Shack Bowl. We just spoke with Orlando Arriaga, the owner of Taco Shack. It really signifies the start of Austin area high school football. What about this game makes it so exciting?
Well, you just said it. You know, it's until the Trojans and the Knights hook up, it's historic. And it's even more historic that we're able to share it in this historic stadium at House Park. And we've gotten really used to this game. Our communities love this game. And our kids, they get really fired up, and there's a lot of momentum at both schools. There's a lot of school spirit in both places. Orlando does a great job of promoting this game, and we look forward to playing in the Taco Shack Bowl every year.
Hey, Jeff, you know, Trojan Nation, you've got a great booster club there, great support. What can they expect from your squad this season?
Well, they can expect a better team. We in the past, we've had a few guys here and a few guys there that could really run or do something really well. And we have rewritten our weight room all-season record board. We tested 8 things. We have 3 different weight classes. There's 24 new names on all of there, and we've broken 7 out of 8 all-time records there at Anderson, and that's a statement to our kids and our community. Our community is committed to this football program. They give us what we need to get the job done. All of that equipment in the weight room is basically funded by the Booster Club. And, they expect us, and we like that. They expect us to put together a good program. And our kids have really dedicated themselves and bought into what we're doing, number one, in that off-season and that weight room and that conditioning program.
Wonderful. Coach Rhodes, as a thank you for being on Coach Speak presented by Taco Shack wants to reward your school's administrative office. If you can have one of your school administrators contact me this week, Orlando will arrange for them to be able to pick up 100 free breakfast tacos courtesy of Taco Shacks just because you've been on the show tonight. How does that sound?
Boy, that's wonderful. Thank you, Rick, and thank you, Orlando and Taco Shack.
Yeah, just have them give me a shout this week, and we'll take care of it. Coach, good luck tomorrow night, and we appreciate you being on Under the Lights.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, wonderful. That was Coach Jeff Rhodes of the Anderson Trojans. He's got a big one tomorrow night against McCallum. That is the start of high school football. Let's talk a little bit about ACC. What's your plan? What will you do after high school? Whether you want to earn a degree, get ahead with transfer classes, or train for a good job, Austin Community College is there to help. ACC's College Destination Center offers one-on-one advising to help you get your plans on track. It's never too early to start. Get personalized assistance with career exploration, financial aid, applying for college, and other questions, big or small. Contact ACC at austincc.edu/start now or call them at 512-223-7747. That's austincc.edu/start now. ACC, start here, get there. So, Jeff, we've got a whole slew of games. We're finally talking about regular season games. It's so exciting. Let's go through the schedule, and then we'll each take a couple games and do a preview, an in-depth preview of that game. So it's starting tomorrow night. We've got McCallum at Anderson at House Park, Bowie at Pflugerville at the new field opening up. Burnett plays Reagan, Ellison at Leander, and Lehman at Westwood. On Friday night, McNeil plays Austin High, New Braunfels Canyon at Cedar Ridge, Lake Travis at Judson in a big one, Aikens at Crockett, Bastrop plays Dripping Springs, Marble Falls at Cedar Creek, Midway at Cedar Park, Conley plays Lockhart, Rudder is at Del Valley, Eastview at Hayes, Georgetown goes up to Waco and plays Fort Worth Brewer, Smithson Valley is at Hendrickson, Hutto at Bryan, Rouse at Manor, Schertz Clemens at Round Rock, Stony Point at Killeen. Vandergrift travels out to Friday Night Lights country and plays Odessa Permian. Vista Ridge is at San Antonio Southwest. They had to reschedule their game. Eastside Memorial is at Marion. Harker Heights at Elgin. Hyde Park is at Lanier. LBJ at Waco. And Travis is at Seguin. Episcopal Parish plays at Regents. And on Saturday, a rescheduled game, Westlake will play at College Station. Jeff, now let's talk a little bit about these games. Your slant on Bowie at Pflugerville.
Well, Bowie lost 41 seniors off an 11-2 squad that could score with the best of them last year, but their entire offensive line graduated, so the defense led by defensive backs Josh Smythe, McCauley, who had 100 tackles, by the way, and Nick Medina and Elijah Wesley will have to step up. I was at their practice. I promise you those guys will be the ones setting the tone. Bowie studs Jordan Flores, Cooper Lake, and Robert Hernandez will plug the defensive line of scrimmage with Brennan Rogers making tackles at linebacker. Now, in case you didn't know, Jeff Abels has spent 30 years at Bowie. Of course, his assistant coaches Gary Pittman and Howard Thompson have been by his side all the way through. That's some longevity. Now, Pflugerville, hey, George Herman's been there a long time, too. They've been throwing the ball more this last few years. Senior quarterback Damon Tamez will get a chance to take the snaps under center. He's really accurate. In fact, he has a very live arm, according to George Herman. Pflugerville has a thunder and lightning package of running backs behind Kevin Tyler and Tay McWilliams, and those are the scat backs. Then junior Ike Ev Beiro is the power back. But keep an eye on Dayron Butler, who will run some wildcat formations and get open for some screens. By the way, I spoke with senior standout defensive end Zion Butler and Zion Cage, I should say. He's bouncing back from a broken collarbone he suffered against Westlake in non-district last year. Should be a lot of athletes on the field in the game. They're at the new field in Pflugerville. If you haven't been out there, make sure you check it out because the field is beautiful. By the way, it is spelled P-F-I-E-L-D, as would be expected in Pflugerville.
I think last year's game was 7-0.
It was.
Won by Bowie, so
Yes.
they always play tough. I'll take the Lehman at Westwood. They're playing at Kelly Reeves with the brand new 32-foot wide video board. This Thursday night's matchup pits two teams that are trying to turn the corner and make the playoffs. Westwood's coach Anthony Wood told us last week on the show that his high-powered offense looks to play the game like a game of basketball on a football field. The Warriors finished 2016 at 5-5. Senior quarterback Will Jennings has a ton of targets, including new player Cam Thomas, who moved here from Baton Rouge, and Dylan Frazier, who was all-district. IHS fan top 10 player Jakeem Murphy will start at running back and play a ton on both sides of the ball. Coach Wood has successfully harvested many starters from other sports, including defensive backs Brandon Cocklow from basketball and Chad Dixon from baseball. I had a great conversation with Lehman new head coach Josh Kirkland. His passion and excitement really, really was impressive. Lehman finished at 3-7 last year. Lots of new starters and an incredible crop of young talent, including junior quarterback Daniel O'Neal, who won the position in camp. So this is going to be a great game, and I'll have a prediction for this game later on in the show.
Well, Georgetown is battling Fort Worth Brewer. That should be a lot of fun. In fact, there have been a couple assistant coaches that have changed and moved on at Georgetown. Former Eagle offensive coordinator Chuck Griffin is now at Abilene ISD, where, by the way, Georgetown head coach Jason Dean used to coach. He's from that mold up there in Abilene. Cooper Bell is the new quarterback. Keep an eye on for him. He had a good 7-on-7. You might remember they reached the Adidas 7-on-7 tournament in College Station. That's kind of a nice little plug for them as well, because Georgetown, when they were good, when they made it to the state championship, they were throwing the ball all over the place. But he's their quarterback, Cooper Bell. Keep an eye out for him. The strength of Georgetown, though, might be their defense this year. Brandon, the ball hawk Hawkins, I got to give him that nickname. It speaks for itself, but he's led the team with a lot of tackles. In fact, 132 last year. Keep an eye out for Kyle Urbanovsky with 108 tackles last year and Drew Barfield with 69. They got 11 returning starters, and Georgetown is poised to make a run at Cedar Park and Hutto in District 19-5A. That's going to be a tough district. I definitely think they roll over Brewer.
Okay, I'll take the big one, the heavyweight matchup down in Judson, Converse Judson, on Friday night. Friday night's game has everything you could want in a Texas high school football game. Two top-ranked teams, both with 6 state championships. A rare live Friday night televised game on Fox Sports. And, and Craig Way is going to be doing the call, by the way. Last year, the Rockets gave the Cavs their only loss of the season when they came to Lake Travis and scored 15 unanswered fourth-quarter points to win by 7. Judson is led by 4-year starter quarterback Jalen Williams, who is a dual threat. The team finished 9-3 last year and returns 16 starters. I had a great call yesterday with Hank Carter out at Lake Travis. He has been very pleased with the attitude of his squad this year, as they have been able to put last year's state championship on the shelf, if you will, and look towards this year. Senior quarterback Matthew Baldwin, who is the next in line at QB1 out there at Lake Travis, may have to shake off some early nerves, but he has IHS fan top 10 player junior wide receiver Garrett Wilson to help him make plays. I'll have the big prediction on this later on in the show.
Hey, by the way, let me start by saying, as far as the Permian Panthers taking on the Vandegrift Vipers, I really got to know the Permian Panthers the last year and a half. I was out there working on a documentary, The Legends of Texas High School Football, the Permian Panthers story. Well, they're actually favored to win District 2-6A, according to Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, a proud sponsor here on the program. Now, of course, that district used to be known as the Little Southwest Conference. It's not as strong as it was back in the the 80s and 90s and stuff, but former Hayes Consolidated head coach Blake Felt has done a nice job with Permian, but injuries really decimated this team last year after a quick start. They've got 17 returning starters, including receiver Brother Miller. Love the name, by the way. Now, he missed 5 games with a torn ACL last year. Quarterback Steve Steen had 900 yards rushing and 1,100 yards passing. But the thing about him, he wasn't very accurate last year. They're going to need more accuracy from him. But I expect Permian to be much improved. Now, keep in mind, they beat Vandegrift last year at Monroe Stadium here in Austin with a blocked field goal to end the game. In fact, it was a game, if you talk to Drew Sanders, he'll tell you that's a game they should have won. They had it locked up, and they let Permian back in that game. Vandegrift was 6-6 last year, losing in a second-round playoff. By the way, defensive lineman Oso Efesanachukwu, I think I got that, 57 tackles last year. He's their leader. Also keep an eye out for Cole Walther, a defensive back with 66 tackles in 2016, and Jonathan Roth and his 76 tackles last year. By the way, offensively, they still got some threats in that receiving core. Justin Florence, 667 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, plus Peyton Ausley, 384 yards receiving last year and a couple of TDs. The Vipers can toss it around as well, understanding that Drew Sanders loves to throw it, but he's going to win this game on defense.
Let's talk a little private school. Last we saw Regents, the 2016 squad, was 13-1. They were going for 2 against Grapevine Faith in the TAPS Division II championship game in double overtime, and they failed to make that, and they had a heartbreaking loss in the championship game. Fast forward to this Friday night, Coach Beck Bryden and the 2017 Knights open up against perennial TAPS power Dallas Episcopal Parish. The Knights returned 4 offensive starters and 7 defensive starters. Even though All-State running back Connor Allen transferred to Highland Park over the summer, the cupboard is not empty. Running back Zach Smith will take over at running back. Look for defensive ends Cal Long and Caleb Barton to anchor a stingy defense. Episcopal Parish finished 7-5 last year and returns 10 starters, 5 on offense and 5 on defense. They are led by wide receiver Tyler Hamilton, who will be featured part of the Panther offense. I'll have a prediction on this later in the show. So we've got so many games to discuss. The one that stands out obviously is Lake Travis at Converse Justin. And by the way, folks, it is on Fox Sports. It will be an 8:30 start, so you'll be able to go and watch your game and get back at least for the second half. Or if you're like me, you'll DVR it and watch that. But it's very unusual. The UIL made an exception this year about having a game live televised on Friday night. It's been a long-standing rule. They're going to try it. I think it's great for everyone that they're doing it. I think there's two sides of the coin on whether you agree with that rule or not, but it's this year that they're trying it.
Yeah, and they're starting with Idalou and Shallow Water, which should be a good game also, kind of a lower classification game up in the Panhandle. There's a lot of really good lower classification games all over the state this weekend as well. It'll be an exciting weekend to get started.
Yeah, so that one's at down in Converse. If you definitely watch it, I'm going to try to make it to a couple games.
That'd be a good one.
Another one that sticks out to me. I want to get out to that new field out in Pflugerville. It's bright and shiny. There's not even any spilled Cokes or nachos yet. It's sparkling.
It's beautiful. It really is. If you haven't been over there yet, that game's tomorrow night. They kick off at 7:30. Get out there early. New stadium. It'll be packed. It'll be a lot of fun. Bowie and Pflugerville. They got that nice Hellas Construction turf out there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, when we come back, we'll have our Ask a Doc segment, followed by our Dave Campbell's Texas Football Great Moments in High School Football. This is Rick Epstein along with Jeff Power. You're listening to 104.9 The Horn, Under the Lights.
After Chad Hastings and Kevin Dunn.
Ravens offensive lineman John Urschel retires at the age of 26. This is a very gifted kid.
Stupid bright.
Stupid smart, studying at MIT. He's a math genius.
Everyone's saying I was making fun of you for not being bright. We know you're smart. That's the type of smart I was talking about for astronauts.
I see.
You and I are smart. We don't qualify with that type of stuff.
Yes, Kevin made it very clear yesterday that I can't be an astronaut for mental reasons.
You haven't gotten over that yet?
Oh, I have a therapy session scheduled in the morning.
On the Horn.
Hey folks, it's Bucky here, and people continue to ask me about my dentist, Dr. Greg Eckert. He's got an all-star group that does everything from general dentistry to the most advanced cosmetic work. Like me, I had my teeth restored in just 3 visits. Now, if you got dental anxiety, they handle that also. How about IV sedation? You're in, they knock you out, they bring you back, and you're looking good and you're feeling good. As I said, it only took me 3 visits, and the procedure went smooth and my teeth look great. Now, if you're thinking about any cosmetic work, please call Dr. Eckert today. He'll give you a free consultation. Dr. Eckert and his team, they are fantastic. They also currently work with all sports teams around the country. If you want a great smile and have any questions, you've got to talk to Dr. Eckert today. Now, if you have problems snoring, you've got to see him also. He's got what they call the game changer. You've got to check it out. Got any problems with sleep and you deserve a great night's sleep? Give Dr. Eckert a call today. His telephone number is 512-345-3166. That's 512-345-3166. He's my dentist. Should be your dentist also.
When is popcorn more than just popcorn? When it's Austin Gourmet Popcorn. Conveniently located off Highway 183, Austin Gourmet Popcorn features more than 65 mouth-watering flavors of popcorn. But that's just the beginning. Austin Gourmet Popcorn is the best candy store north of Lady Bird Lake with over 400 kinds of bulk and packaged candy. Stop in and visit Austin Gourmet Popcorn at 13343 Highway 183 North, Suite 250, or visit them online at austingourmetpopcorn.com. UT and Texas State are right down the road, but there's a shortcut that makes getting there more accessible and less expensive for thousands of Central Texans. Start a 4-year degree with a transfer plan at Austin Community College. ACC is the #1 college for transfers to UT and Texas State, and with tuition that's 80% less than other area colleges. It's a path to higher education that could save you serious money. Start planning today at austincc.edu. That's austincc.edu. ACC. Start here, get there.
This baseball season, watch the Rangers from a truly one-of-a-kind view in the Hyundai Club inside Globe Life Park. The Hyundai Club sits just above Greens Hill, overlooking center field. Get a different view of the game and enjoy the club's inclusive buffet and bar, plus great ballpark service. Enjoy a Rangers game from the comfort of the Hyundai Club. It's an experience you won't forget. For more details and availability, go to texasrangers.com/Hyundai Club.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, North Austin, and South Austin, and coming soon to Pflugerville. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Hey, Austin, Kevin Dunn here. And just 15 miles east of the Austin Airport on Highway 71 is one of the coolest things I think we have in Central Texas. It is Zip Lost Pines. 6 dual zip lines, meaning you can ride side by side on every single one. 3 suspension bridges, professionally guided. Their motto is bringing people and nature together through adventure. It's a 2 to 3 hour experience with breathtaking views. You guys know my family's from that area, and I've never seen views of the Colorado River like this. Tours include education about the Lost Pines area. They've got bald eagles, river otters, mountain lions, and of course, the beautiful pine trees. Ticket prices include access to the McKinney Ruffs Nature Park for the day. Hike, picnic, fish with Zip Lost Pines. Only tour in Texas that has all dual zip lines, beautiful architecture and views, and 1.5 miles of total zip lines. Just 15 miles east of the Austin Airport on Highway 71, or go online, ziplostpines.com.
Join Chad and Kevin this Thursday at Randall's in Leander, 3441 North Lakeline Boulevard. You could win a pair of tickets and a VIP experience to see the Longhorns take on the Maryland Terrapins. That's this Thursday, 3 to 7 at Randall's in Leander. See you there, and hook 'em.
A Men's Health Moment with Dr. Arakaki.
For some men, ED is an early indicator of heart disease. For others, it affects the health of their relationships and their well-being. Either way, men with this issue should discuss it with their doctor or specialist.
Learn more at universalmensclinic.com.
Yeah, welcome back to Under the Lights. This is our second show. This is Rick Epstein along with my co-host, Jeff Power. Hey, our producer, the pride of Hendrickson High School, Zach Lucero, he says he's going to be out there, sideline reporter in Ratliff Stadium. How about that, Zach?
Yeah, I'm going to be out there at Ratliff Stadium. A lot of history at that park. I'm excited to see how Vandergrift bounces back. I know they lost their quarterback, Alec Fernandez, to UTEP, and he was a big part of their offense. I mean, we saw that last year when he went down. They really struggled. So I'm excited to see how they fare against Odessa Permian.
We'll have to find out if you meet Booby Miles out there.
Probably won't.
So now we're going to go into our Ask a Doc segment presented by Austin Regional Clinic. This week we met with Dr. Padalecki, who's an orthopedist out there at Austin Regional Clinic, and we're going to discuss shoulder separations and dislocations in this Ask a Doc segment. Ask a Doc is presented by Austin Regional Clinic, connecting patients to quality care in Central Texas every day, night, and weekend. ARC, primary care doctors, specialists, and medical teams at 22 locations help keep you connected with MyChart messages to your care team, online test results, online prescription refills, and easy online scheduling options. Our doctors and staff coordinate your care and help guide you through the medical maze. And when you are sick, you can see a doctor that same day or night. It's that easy. That's the advantage when you choose ARC, connected care for you and your family. We're here with our Ask a Doc segment with Dr. Padalecki, an orthopedic surgeon with Austin Regional Clinic. Welcome, Dr. Padalecki. What is the difference between a shoulder dislocation and a separation?
These are common injuries in young athletes. A shoulder dislocation is where the ball and socket actually separates from itself, and the ball can actually slip off the socket. When that happens, a lot of damage can occur to the labrum, the capsular ligaments, important structures that keep that ball and socket opposed to each other. So for many young athletes who sustain a dislocation, there's a high chance the ball and socket will continue to come out of place. So this can be a very serious injury and in some cases may require surgical treatment. AC separation is the other shoulder injury that's common, and that usually occurs from a fall directly on the point of the shoulder. And what can happen is the clavicle can actually pop out of place. In patients who sustain this injury, it's very common to have a big deformity with a bump right by where the collarbone ends. And this can be serious because you lose that stabilizing factor of the collarbone.
What are the
They have a big deformity with a bump right by where the collarbone ends. And this can be serious because you lose that stabilizing factor of the collarbone.
What are the typical signs of these types of injuries?
In a shoulder dislocation, many patients will come into clinic and actually have an arm that can't lift. And that's because the ball and socket are no longer opposed. Many of these patients will actually show up to an emergency room where a reduction will need to be performed. And that's where a physician would put the shoulder back into place. Many patients after that will show up into a sports medicine clinic complaining of a shoulder that's just not stable. Feels like the shoulder pops out of place. And sometimes that's not an overt dislocation that recurs, but simple popping or the feeling that the shoulder is not in the right position. For an AC separation, usually there's a presentation where the patient has a lot of pain, and they describe popping and clicking at the top of the collarbone.
What are the treatments and alternatives?
For many young people who sustain a shoulder dislocation, the first step is kind of use of a sling for a while in a physical therapy program. Some athletes are able to strengthen the shoulder muscles and prevent that from recurring. Unfortunately, for a true dislocation, many athletes will go on to need a procedure. The procedure we do to correct that is a small arthroscopic procedure, which is minimally invasive. It involves small incisions in a camera, and basically the labrum and capsule are reattached to the bone to create a shoulder that's tight again and reliable. For an AC separation, there's a similar procedure that can be done in athletes who just can't recover, and small incisions in a camera are used to reconstruct the ligaments that keep the clavicle in place.
What can an athlete expect with regards to being able to come back and play? How long of a process is that?
The shoulder treatment strategies have advanced so much that we have a really great return to play percentage, especially for shoulder dislocations. If these are corrected well, many people return back to a sport with no real difference in how they were performing prior to that. There is a phenomenon where some patients have some persistent anxiety about a shoulder being unstable even after they're fixed, but many people overcome that after they rehab and return to sport in a gradual fashion. Treatment for the AC separation is no different. Most patients can return to an active lifestyle and no real limitation in what they do.
Today's Ask a Doc is provided by the orthopedists at Austin Regional Clinic, offering a Saturday injury clinic every Saturday in the fall from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at MPT Orthopedics. Our orthopedists are experts in the muscles, bones, and joints of children and adults. We use surgical and non-surgical procedures to help return our patients to pain-free mobility and full strength as quickly and as painlessly as possible. ARC offers 6 orthopedic locations, including clinics in Austin, Round Rock, and Cedar Park. For easy access to the orthopedic care you need, visit arcorthopedics.com. That's the advantage when you choose ARC, connected care for you and your family. That was our Ask a Doc segment, and we'll be visiting with a different orthopedist each week from Austin Regional Clinic. Great stuff, and we hope you got something out of that. Right now, we'll hand it over to Jeff for our Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Great moments in high school football.
That's right. It was 1963. San Antonio Lee defeats San Antonio Breckenridge 55-48. Bam! Who said there was no offense in the 60s? Hey, recognized by several media outlets as the game of the century, Lee defeated Breckenridge, led by legendary Linus Baer, who outdueled wondrous Warren McVeigh, who went on to play at the University of Houston. He was a 165-pound ball of speed. The two combined for 365 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns in this epic showdown. This dynamic duo even accounted for 9 extra points in the contest, played at Alamo Stadium in San Antonio. Be sure to catch the latest football news in the Lone Star State for high school, college, and recruiting at www.texasfootball.com. Subscribe today to become an insider and get 50% off. Only $19.95. You'll get the latest news, and our magazines will be shipped straight to your mailbox every year. Stick with www.texasfootball.com throughout this football season for insight and analysis as only Dave Campbell's Texas Football can provide. Rick?
I spent 6 years with the great Dave Campbell's Texas Football Media brand. Great folks and a great, great publication. Each week, we'll also have a Bush's Chicken Player of the Week and Most Spirited Teacher Award that we'll talk about. Obviously, games have not been played. We'll get that started next week. We're excited about picking a Bush's Chicken Player of the Week and a Most Spirited Teacher. So look for that next week. At this time, we'd like to have our Austin Gourmet Popcorn Booster Club Spotlight.
Booster Club Spotlight, presented by Austin Gourmet Popcorn.
So this is a very special Booster Club Spotlight because most people don't know that Stephen F. Austin High School, or as we know it as Austin High, established in 1881, is the oldest high school west of the Mississippi. Did you know that? I didn't. To add to that, Austin High has been playing football since 1902. Their Booster Club is very rooted in old traditions and proud history. If you come out to a game at House Park, built in 1937, and they have 9 games there this fall, you'll overlook the Capitol in downtown Austin and can really give you a sense of deep history that Austin High draws upon. Austin High celebrates playing games at House Park for 80 years. That's a lot of first downs. Austin High football is very representative of the diversity that exists in Austin, another ingredient that makes our school and football strong and unique. The kids come from every zip code around Austin. The diversity along with the deep history are characteristics that they're proud of. Because of the diverse socioeconomic backgrounds represented in the team and the Booster Club, because the Booster Club plays an important role. The funds we raise directly go back to the team and supplement things like equipment, training for coaches, and meals for the players before the game. Their main fundraiser is selling ads for Austin High football program, available at all home games. Local businesses and loyal alumni are the main source of support. So congratulations to Austin High as being our Booster Club Spotlight of the Week. And listen, if you wear your Spirit gear from Austin High, any type of maroon Austin High Spirit gear, whether it's a T-shirt, a necklace, or anything, go over to Austin Gourmet Popcorn. They're located on North 183 in the Anderson Arbor Shopping Center, right there, kind of near Main Event. Go in there and you'll get 10% off just by wearing your Austin High maroon Spirit gear over the next 7 days. I know we love that place. My wife and I go in there a lot, and they know us by name. At this time, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Austin Community College. What's your plan? What will you do after high school? Whether you want to earn a degree, get ahead with transfer classes, or train for a good job, Austin Community College is there to help. ACC's College Destination Center offers one-on-one advising to help you get your plans on track. It's never too early to start. Get personalized assistance with career exploration, financial aid, applying for college, and other questions, big or small. Contact ACC at austincc.edu/startnow or call them at 512-223-7747. That's austincc.edu/startnow. ACC, start here and get there. So, Jeff, let's talk a little bit about something that really is a new rule for this year. Yeah. As a PA announcer for both McNeil and Cedar Ridge, I'm so happy they made this rule. Talk a little bit about the numbered jersey rule that UIL has enacted and what the penalty is.
Well, first of all, I want to say if you show up tomorrow night or Friday night or even Saturday in a jersey where it's extremely hard to read that number, like, for example, black number on a black jersey, white number on a white jersey. And believe me, we saw some of that in the last couple of years. First of all, you have to forfeit 2 out of the 3 timeouts per half. So that'd be a timeout per quarter if the jersey is deemed illegal. So that's already a problem right there. Just to kind of give you an idea that there's a cost that comes with this. I was talking with, I'm not going to name a name here, but I was talking with one of the local coaches in town. He said they went through 3 sets of jerseys. Picture this, $16 per jersey. You got 77 jerseys, and you got 3 different sets of those 77 jerseys. You got to put like a white border or something like that around there. It costs extra money. Ends up costing about $3,600 if you think about it. If you've got to change those jerseys and make it to where the officials and maybe the media can read them. So, I mean, if you're going with that look of a black on black or a white on white or a gold on gold like we saw with DeSoto last year, that's a big no-no this year. The UIL's put it in place. They've let everyone know. You go to those TASO meetings in the summer, they'll tell you right then and there that's something that the officials are looking for, and they're going to be on the lookout for it, and they'll penalize you for it.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm the PA announcer for McNeil and Cedar Ridge, and I applaud this rule. Mm-hmm. It is impossible for me to look and see, especially with my eyes, to see a white-on-white numbered jersey. I mean, first of all, what are you thinking? I know it's cool looking, but it's just not right. So that's a new rule this year, and I'm glad for it. Let's talk a little bit about the rankings, state rankings for 6A. We've got 2 Austin area teams in the top 10. Coming in at number 6, of course, the Lake Travis Cavaliers, and Westlake comes in right behind them at number 7, and that's the state rankings. Allen's number 1, Katy number 2, and you have to wonder, with all the stuff going down in Katy, how this is going to affect their season. DeSoto 3, Converse Judson, who plays Lake Travis, is 4, Cibolo Steele 5, Cedar Hill 8, and Woodlands 9, along with Galena Park. North Shore is 10. In the 5A, Manville is number 1 in 5A, along with Aledo number 2, Dallas Highland Park 3, Temple is number 4, and your Cedar Park Timberwolves come in at number 5. I would say that that's a little low. I would say that they're the top-ranked team, but Denton Ryan comes in at 6, along with Corpus Christi, Cal Allen tied for 6. At 8, Fort Bend Marshall, 9, College Station, and 10, Lancaster.
And let me say this, Lake Travis and Westlake will have new quarterbacks this year. That's always rough. I don't care how good you are and what you're predicted to be. If you've got a new quarterback, that could be a problem. Matthew Baldwin will be getting the snaps for Lake Travis. Taylor Anderson will get the snaps for Westlake. Good luck to them. That's a tough road to hoe being a new QB.
When we come back, we'll have the most popular part of our show, predictions. Stick around for Under the Lights.
It's a brand new season of high school football in Texas. And what better way to follow the Friday Night Lights than to tune into the ABC Home and Commercial Services High School Football Radio Network. Follow the Bowie Bulldogs on 105.3 The Bat, the Vandegrift Vipers on 101.9 FM and AM 1260, and the defending 6A Division I state champion Lake Travis Cavaliers on the Horn 104.9, capped off every Friday night with the most complete scoreboard show in town. It's the ABC Home and Commercial Services High School Football Radio Network. Your home on the radio this season for great Texas high school football.
Hi, I'm Orlando Arriaga, owner of the Taco Shack. Start your day off right at Taco Shack with a breakfast taco or a low-carb breakfast bowl. And also visit our newest location in Cedar Park. Taco Shack, supporting area high school football for over 16 years. Enjoy the 2017 high school football season. It's the annual Taco Shack Bowl between Anderson and McCallum. House Park, 7:30 on August 31st. And we'll see you there at kickoff.
Call ARS and Rescue Rooter. We'll unstop your drain and keep you cooler. If your heat goes out, just give us a call. Have you warm and toasty in no time at all. If you want clean air that's fresh and cooler, ARS and Rescue Rooter. Call ARS and Rescue Rooter.
Make sure your AC system keeps your home cool and comfortable with a call to ARS 777-7000. As Austin's #1 home services company, we have the expertise to keep your system in tip-top shape. Right now, AC service calls are free with repair. That's right, call today and the service call is free with repair. Don't let a broken down AC burn you up. Stay cool, save big with a free AC service call from ARS 777-7000 or visit ARS.com. License number TACLB 102680.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, North Austin, and South Austin, and coming soon to Pflugerville. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Hey, it's Aaron Hogan for my friend Ernie Hatton. And by now, I've been telling you about Ernie Hatton and Ernie Hatton Real Estate for years now. You know how I feel about the guy. He's a good friend, but he's also consistently in the top 25 realtors in Austin, rated by the Austin Business Journal. Sells dang near 100 houses a year. He changed my life forever, getting my family and me into our dream home. We absolutely love it. Ernie Hatton makes it happen when it's time for your real estate goals and dreams. Recent months have seen a cooling period for all real estate in the suburbs as well as homes within the city, starting to cool off a little bit. So if you own a home in the city or in the burbs, you're in the calm before the storm. The market is at its peak. So if you have a house within Austin that's valued under $450,000, the time to market that house is right now. Put Ernie Hatton to work for you. Call or text him 507-5142. That's his cell phone. Shoot him a text. Tell him you want to sit down, set up a free, no-obligation consultation. He loves working with the Horn listener. Over the years, he's helped dozens of Horn listeners just like you make the most out of their unique real estate situations. And all you have to do is call or text him 507-5142. It's Ernie Hatton and Ernie Hatton Real Estate online at ErnieHatton.com.
Yes, sirree. Thursday night football is tomorrow night, less than 24 hours. You'll be watching football. At this time, we'll have our prediction segment presented by Taste of Texas.
Hey, sports fans, my name is Casey Jones, and I love down-home Southern cooking. So here at tasteoftexas.com, we want those secrets to be yours, but also give you free tickets to football games all over the state and a chance to win a new 2017 Ford F-150 Super Duty from tasteoftexassecrets.com. So if you want a new truck, here's what you do. Text WIN17, that's capital W-I-N 17, to 797979. WIN17 to 797979. TasteOfTexasSecrets.com for food, football tickets, and a chance to win a 2017 truck. Free tickets. I'm talking about a new truck. And all the food recipes with secrets that you don't want to miss. Text WIN to that 797979. Text WIN to 797979. I'm Casey Jones saying, and good luck.
That was Taste of Texas. They are our sponsor for predictions. Each week we'll take 5 or 6 games and give an expanded prediction, and then we'll try to get to the rest of the games, giving you who we think is going to win. So, Zach Lucero, let's play some music for us for the predictions, and I'll start off with the Westwood versus Lehman game. With Coach Josh Kirkland's arrival from El Paso, there has been a newfound sense of excitement in Lobo Nation. The 2017 squad is very young, but some believe there are as many as 4 future D1 players who will see playing time. Look for the Lobos to mirror the Warriors with regards to a hurry-up offense. The game officials will need to be in really good shape for this one, as there'll be a ton of offensive plays. The Lobos will try to disguise their 4-2-5 defense to help slow down the Warriors. Westwood boasts one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the area with returning starter, senior Will Jennings. I look for transfer senior Cam Thomas to have a huge Palace debut. Between Thomas and Dylan Frazier, they will have at least 4 touchdowns between them. Running back Jakeem Murphy will benefit from the defense focusing on trying to stop the pass. Both teams are hungry. Both teams are talented. I look for a high-scoring game with Westwood coming out on top 41-28.
I'm picturing everything in slow motion right now with this music. Hey, in a season where the Pflugerville Panthers were celebrating the 55th anniversary of their 55-game winning streak in the late 50s and early 60s, it will be the Bowie Bulldogs looking to write their own records in this one. Ever since Bowie went from the wing tee under Tommy Cox 10 years ago to a modern spread offense, Bowie has been putting up some incredible numbers. Look for the Bulldogs not only to sport some new helmets, by the way, they're going with numerals on one side and the big B on the other. That's going to look good. I tell you what, though, the Panthers are going to battle them tough. I think it'll be a 34-17 victory in favor of Bowie. The Bulldogs will be putting their familiar 3-3 stack defense, led by the father-son combination of Gary, who called the defensive plays for 28 years, to new DC Darren Pittman, who is his son. So, in fact, 6 former Bowie players are coaching at Bowie as Ty Branyan and Brandon Pittman call the offensive plays. It's that continuity and familiarity that will transpire to that 34-17 victory. I look for Bowie to beat Pflugerville at the field.
All right, so now we'll go to the big one in Converse Judson. There are not too many times when we get a first-week matchup of 2 top 6 ranked teams, both boasting 6 state football championships. Combine that with the rare Friday night live telecast on Fox Sports, and what we have is a heavyweight matchup between Texas high school football royalty as Lake Travis takes on Converse Judson. Listen, the Balfour Ring Company should be sponsoring this game, as these teams have been responsible for more rings than 100-year-old Redwood. Judson's dual-threat quarterback, Julon Williams, will be productive, but the Cavs' defense will find ways to slow him down. Cav Nation will be happy when Garrett Wilson finds the end zone at least twice. It may come down to a game-winning field goal by senior kicker Cameron Dicker. The last time Lake Travis played a game that started after 8 p.m. and was televised on Fox Sports, it turned out pretty good as they won a 6A state championship last December. And that is how it's going to be on Friday night. I look for Lake Travis to beat Judson 38-35.
All right. Hey, I want some music for this one. The Cedar Park Timberwolves will have their hands full with Waco Midway's huge offensive line. I'm talking about a gigantic offensive line. Now, the Timberwolves head coach, Carl Absek, was telling me they do have 11 starters returning from a 12-1 squad that lost a heartbreaker to Manville in College Station last year. I was at that game. They got behind early because of some mistakes, but they battled back and made it tight. Now, Cedar Park's Max Sexton is their quarterback. He's 28-1 as the starting QB for the T-Wolves. Tossed 22 touchdowns with 2,670 yards passing, but the T-Wolves will have to contain Oklahoma commit and Midway quarterback Tanner Mordecai. How about that name? The Black Rain defense will be strong again behind linebacker Jackson Buckingham and his 71 tackles last season, and Keegan Nichols, who had 59 tackles. They will both be needed to stop Mordecai and Midway. Now, I'm going to predict that Cedar Park wins in a nail-biter 24-21 because, you know what? In a recent scrimmage, Cedar Park moved the ball well against Westlake between the 20s, according to Timberwolves head coach Carl Absek, who added, they just got to finish the deal. They got to punch it into the end zone. That's what they need to do. Now, the night before, Carl Absek admitted to watching their hard-fought state championship game lost to Ennis in 2014, and they won't take anyone lightly. The T-Wolves usually play up to the competition, and another 6A powerhouse awaits them in Midway, who will likely be their toughest test during the regular season. If Cedar Park can hold the Midway offensive line in check and stop the run, Cedar Park could win by a wide margin. If not, it will be close. The Timberwolves will return 3 starters on the OL behind 6'1", 270-pound John Kelly, plus 3 of their 4 starting receivers are back. But running back Tyler Levine graduated, and he was the heart and soul of that team last year, played with a broken foot most of the season. That's why I'm thinking this is going to be close, but Cedar Park will win it 24-21.
All right, so last game we'll predict is Dallas Episcopal Parish at Regents. Look, Coach Beck Bryden and the Regents Knights are coming off a historic season in 2016. They fell a 2-point conversion away from the TAPS Division II championship. I had a great conversation with Coach Bryden last night, and he told me that junior running back Zach Smith has been looking fantastic in practice. I look for Regents defensive ends Cal Long and Caleb Barton to spend most of the game in the Panthers' backfield. Regents will take care of business on Friday night and beat Episcopal Parish by the score of 28-17. Other winners, we won't go into deep detail, but other winners, we have Burnett beating Reagan, Leander beating Ellison, along with McNeil over Austin. Cedar Ridge will beat New Braunfels Canyon. Westlake will beat College Station on Saturday. Aikens will win against Crockett. Dripping Springs over Bastrop. Marble Falls over Cedar Creek. Connolly over Lockhart. Del Valley will beat Rudder. Eastview will beat Hayes. Hendrickson will beat Smithson Valley. Hutto over Bryan. Rouse over Manor. Round Rock will beat Schertz Clements. Stony Point will beat Killeen. Vandergrift goes out to Friday Night Lights and shuts the lights off on the Permian Panthers. Oh. Vista Ridge over San Antonio Southwest. Marion over Eastside and Elgin over Harker Heights. We've got LBJ over Waco, Travis over Seguin, and Hyde Park will beat Lanier. Those are the games that we pick. Tell us if we're wrong. You can tweet me at IHSFAN. I have been known to be wrong, but I think last year I was pretty good on my predictions with the Spotlight show on Friday morning. You'll listen to me on Friday morning on Kit McConico's show. On Friday morning, I'll do 2 more predictions. It's been fun. This was our second show, Jeff. Any final thoughts?
Hey, I'm ready for these predictions to come true. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're finally going to get the football season started. Too bad most of the Houston area won't be involved this weekend. Again, we wish them well in their recovery process from Hurricane Harvey. But as the rest of the state kind of gets ready for high school football, it's going to be a lot of fun. Look for better uniforms. Look for better football. I'm looking forward to a great season.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start off tomorrow night, down at House Park. Going to spend a quarter down there, then go out to the field, check out Bowie and Pflugerville for another quarter and a half, and hightail it over to the Palace to watch Westwood and Lehman. I'm going to try to hit 3 games tomorrow night, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then that's just Thursday night.
Yeah.
Friday night brings more, and even if Saturday is a lot of college football happening, which is exciting, but also Westlake has that rescheduled game. They're playing in College Station. I believe that game's at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's it.
In College Station. So it has been our pleasure. Join us every Wednesday night for Under the Lights. We will bring you Austin area high school football, and we'll do it fast-paced. We'll have great segments. For Jeff Power, this is Rick Epstein from IHS Fan. We will see you next week. Under the Lights.
Afternoons with Chad Hastings and Kevin Dunn.
I did realize the same guy who says, "Right on, man," is the same guy that also says, "Yeah, you are," like as a reaffirming thing. If you go, you know what?
Right.
I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to start running every Friday. Yeah, you are, man.
I'd say good luck with that, but I would never say, yeah, you are.
There's a better shot you and I